Start.
Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो भारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% करे नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. When we have clear understanding about any situation, then we are able to handle that situation properly. So, the situation is we have to live in this relative world. There is no freedom from body identification. As a result, we have to live as a man, woman, young, old. As a result, we have to live as somebody or the other. As a result, there will be clashes. As a result, there will be miseries. As a result, we come for satsang. When everything is going very well, what is there in satsang is okay. Therefore, here we are given a clear understanding about ourselves. And our life is dependent on three factors. Matter that matters, the experiences that we go through, and the one who goes through the experiences. Three factors. After having discussed about these first two, the matter aspect and the experiences aspect, now we have come to the third, the experiencer aspect. So, who is the experiencer? I am the experiencer. And when this experiencer is inquired into, the experiencer disappears. Many times what happens, we are so much involved in putting the things in words that we get lost. For example, suppose you have taken some food somewhere and you like it very much. And they'll say, oh, it was such a lovely food. In my whole life, I have never taken such a food. It was so good. You also take. So you have to oblige, you take that. And then how do you like it? So now the person wants to get authentication from you that you also like the food exactly the same as he liked. And if you say, it was okay, nothing great about it. See? In short, experiences, whenever they are defined or discussed or spoken about, somebody is born. But the experience wherein there is no experiencer born, that is the ultimate truth. And therefore, Mauna Vyakhya Prakatita Para Brahma Tattvam Yuvanam वर्षिष्ठान्ते वसदृषिगणैः आवृतं ब्रह्मनिष्ठैः आचार्येन्द्रं करकलितचिन्मुद्रमानन्दरूपं स्वात्मारामं मुदितवदनं दक्षिणामूर्तिमीडे. So the real experience is only through the eloquence of silence, mauna vyakya. And to bring this to our cognition, now we are trying to work on what is the real meaning of aham, I. Once a person, just now we heard Updesha Sara Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi. One person somewhere from other country went to Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi and asked that I want to know God what you have seen. So Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's technique, who are you? I am Australian. I didn't ask your nationality. Who are you? I am an engineer. I didn't ask your qualification. Who are you? I am a Catholic. I didn't ask your religious affiliation. Who are you? I am frustrated. I didn't ask the quality of your life. Who are you? See, friends. So, we talk about I am disturbed, etc. Find out who is that, who is disturbed. Then we come to discover that there is nobody who is disturbed. There is nobody. And therefore, to come to this aham pratyaya, here we take up the theme. Asti kaschit swayam nityam aham pratyaya lambanaha avasthatraya sakshis panchakosha vilakshanaha. Asti kaschit swayam nityam. There is something. Meaning what? We cannot spell it out in words. As you become subtler and subtler in your experience, the language becomes more and more important. Like one day one child sent me one WhatsApp many years before, and in that she has written, Swamiji, I love you. That is the word. So, Swamiji, I love L-O-O-O-O, 3 lines. And at the end, V-E. What does it mean? Was it a spelling mistake? She wanted to say, I love you. What is this funny thing? I love you. No. I wanted to convey my inner feelings, inner experience. Therefore, whenever we are trying to verbalize the I, somebody is born. And this somebody is the one who is going through all the tragedies of life. So, asti kaschit swayam nityam. There is something which is eternal. Nityam. Never going under any modification. Swayam, independent of anything. If I have to become a husband, I require a wife. If I have to become a father, I require a child. If I want to become a doctor, I have to go and kill the good people. A successful doctor is the one who has unsuccessfully killed many. Therefore, but to be, for being, no efforts. Therefore, asti kaschit swayam nityam, all by itself. And what is that? Aham pratyalambanaha. See, it is the substratum which is supporting all the subsequent aham. So there are 2 types of aham. One aham is the real one, other aham is the fake one. This fake aham comes and goes. The real aham is never coming nor going. And both of them are called as aham. Now here is a very subtle point, be attentive. Means not. Ham means hananam, destruction. That which cannot be destroyed is the truth. That is aham. Now these two ahams, one is the real aham, other is a fake aham. Both of them are the one which can never be destroyed. See? The reality, the one cannot be destroyed, we understand, accept it. But the second aham, the illusory aham, who is the illusory aham? Now about this, take one example. One girl came and spoke to me that there is some function in our house. My mother told you cannot be present for this function because it is meant only for the married girls. And you don't have a husband. So you cannot come for this function. So she told me, Swamiji, you know I am divorced. So mummy told, go and ask Swamiji. I say, you tell your mummy, I don't want to get married to you. He said, no, no, not for that purpose. Then the purpose is, after divorce, has the girl become widow? See? When the husband dies, then the girl is widow. But after divorce, who died? Nobody died. In short, neither the Paramatma, the divine, dies, nor the illusory one dies, Now between these two, the real aham, which is eternal presence, which is supporting even the absence of everything, that aham is indestructible, and the other aham, which is manifesting under n number of conditions. See? That also being illusory cannot be destroyed. Illusions cannot be destroyed. Whatever you may do, you try to destroy the mirage waters, you cannot. Because they don't exist. So this aham, we have to recognize this. Asti kashi swayam nityam aham pratyalambanaha. So when I am a husband, can this husband exist independent of the man? If the wife goes away, what will happen to the man? Nothing. But can he be the thereafter husband? He cannot be, because without the wife he cannot be a husband. But does it mean the husband died? No, because he never existed. See, my friends. So what is the foundation of this understanding? Qualified existence is an illusion. Unqualified existence is the reality. And we give the status of reality to the qualified existence. Once I was in some place, after the talk, the professor said, you presented the concept very well. I said, look here, sir, I have not spoken on concept. Concept you are. You are a professor is a concept. Tomorrow you will be retired ex-professor. You are American is a concept. Tomorrow you go to India, become Indian, concept. Now you are successful is a concept. Tomorrow you will not be, then it is another concept. Concepts are subject to modification. You are is not a concept. This is the meaning here. Asti kashi swayam nityam aham pratyalambanaha. And what he does, avasthatraya sakshi san. He is illuminating all the three experiences without getting influenced by any one of them. When we study something, there are two ways of studying. One is we gather information to be given to others. And the second thing is when we study something, we apply it on ourselves. When the knowledge is digested, it leads to silence. When the food is digested, it doesn't come out from the wrong end. But when the food is not digested, then it comes out in the form of the vomit or the ulti. Ulti means that which is not siddhi. Ulti. See, friends. Therefore, avasthatraya sakshi san. Now we have to work on it. There is some aham who is eliminating all the three experiences of our life. So, when we talk about our life's understanding is only I as a husband, I as a father, I as a mother, I as somebody. So we are looking at ourselves as a qualified being. The truth is unqualified presence. Being without becoming. This being without becoming is called in simple words as Mr. Nobody. And it is rightly said, nobody is happy. Nobody alone is happy. Somebody is always miserable. This somebody is qualified existence. And therefore, real spiritual practice is not becoming extraordinary. Remain ordinary. Friends. And extraordinary, see, for the first time when I went to our Mathura, very many, maybe about 60, 70 years before, I didn't know uh, the way of writing in Mathura area. So, first time I saw, बार बार ऐसा ना करो, don't do it again and again. So bar twice. So bar then two. That means you have to say that word twice. Then I realized Shri 1008 Gadbadanand. That means you have to say Shri 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 1008 times. Or Ananta Shri. Infinite number of Shri Shri Shri. Okay. So the more the specialities, status added on us, more is the burden. Now see, in the waking experience, one burden we carry is the body identification. As a result of this burden is supporting another burdens. So we become so many. And who are miserable? These qualified bodies are miserable. The unqualified presence is not miserable. So if we really want to walk the spiritual path, what will be the spiritual practice? Do not get too much entangled in the qualified body. Then play the game of life. Don't get too much involved. And the one who gets too much involved is the one who suffers. See? So, avasthatraya sakshi san. So, there is one factor which is supporting the waking experiences without becoming a waker. Support the dream experiences without becoming a dreamer. Support the deep sleep experiences without becoming a deep sleeper. That one factor. In this, we don't have to do anything. You know, one of the biggest obstacle for every seeker of truth is they want to do something. Spiritual life is undoing and unbecoming. The moment we want to do something, what is the philosophy behind doing something, karma? Something is far away, so we have to walk and get it. Karma. Something is incomplete, therefore we have to add something, then it becomes complete. Action. Something is dirty, therefore we have to clean it. Again, karma. Is our divine nature far away that we have to walk to go to that distance? The divinity that we are, is it that incomplete that we have to add something through karma? The divinity that we are, is it dirty that it has to be washed? The real spiritual practice is a process of undoing and unbecoming. In being, there are no efforts. In becoming, there is nothing but efforts. And whenever we put efforts, we are not normal. Patanjali Maharshi says, Prayatna Shaithilya Ananta Samapatibhyam. Suppose somebody is hard of hearing. So he or she has to put lot of efforts for listening because hard of hearing, not normal. As a result, others are able to sit comfortably and listen, but this particular person, because of putting lot of efforts in listening, gets tired, and then why waste time? Go to sleep. See? Wherever there are efforts, we are going away from our natural status. Friends, and all our life is a struggle to prove. I want to prove to my wife I love her. I want to prove to my husband that I love him. I want to prove to my mother-in-law that I love her. Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Whole life is a non-stop struggle. We want to prove something to somebody. Alas, we don't know who cares for us. But we keep on struggling for that. That is the tragedy of our misunderstanding about ourselves. Avasthatraya sakshi san panchakosha vilakshanaha. We are as if, underline as if, we are as if encased in the five great koshas, the sheaths. External is the Annamaya Kosh, then inside is the Pranamaya Kosh, inside is the Manomaya Kosh, inside is the Vijnanamaya Kosh, inside is the Anandamaya Kosh, and inside is Paramatma that we are. In Taittiriya Upanishad, this thing comes. But the purpose of telling is different and understanding is totally different. See? Therefore, you will see most of the people who are sitting for meditation, etc., they start getting inside. Don't disturb. I have given up everything. Now body I have given up. Now I am inside. The pranamaya kosha that is given up. Now I am in my mind. Mind is given up. Vijnanamaya kosha that is given up. Anandamaya kosha that is given up. And inside, like a sesame seed, I am there. No, that is not the meaning. See, friends, because of this wrong understanding, we keep on talking about our experiences of meditation. When I sit for meditation, I get bright light. Sometimes I get red light. Sometimes I get yellow light. Sometimes I get green light. Why there are three? Because of the three gunas? No. Then, because you are standing too long in front of the traffic light. See, friends, the day you stop objectification of the subject, you have taken a big leap on your spiritual path. Therefore, avasthatraya sakshisan panchakosha vilakshanaha. Means what? Vilakshanaha. Lakshana, the attributes. It is vilakshana, opposite attributes. So take one by one simple way to understand. Annamaya kosh, the gross body, has got a shape, has got a beginning, has got modification, has got end. Vilakshanaha. The sakshi, the the absolute I is other than the gross body. What does it mean? Not only talking, other than the gross body means what? Gross body has got a shape. So, with the other than the body means what? No shape, no form. Now, start working on this. What it is like being formless. When the mind is given an object which has no shape, no form, mind starves and dissolves. Mind has got two diets compulsory, name and form. Therefore, the world is defined as Nama Rupatmak Jagat. The world is nothing but name and a form. So, if I have to be other than the body, then what does it mean? I have no form, no shape. So, start working only on this. What it is like being without shape, without form. Then, is there anything in this world to our knowledge which has no shape, no form? Yes, there is. What is that? Space. Space has no shape, no form. Further, space supports all shapes, all forms, doesn't reject anything, but doesn't get influenced by anything. So, is it not our experience? Vision supports all colors and forms, doesn't reject anything, but doesn't get influenced by anything. This is what is the truth. Academic study is different than the spiritual study. If you take this mantra translation, there is some eternal substratum that supports the notion of the relative I, who is the witness of all the three states of experience and yet beyond the panchakoshas. क्या फर्क पड़ा? See, friends, like by reading the menu, you cannot have satiation of hunger. This knowledge must be experienced by us. And nobody can help us in that but ourselves. So, avasthatraya sakshi san panchakosha vilakshana. Then we continue contemplation on this line. That when I am identified with the body, then only this gross world exists. When I am not identified with the gross body, as in the dream or the deep sleep, the world doesn't exist. Where it is, when it is, what it is, how it is, nothing. Meaning what? Our existence is independent of the body. Although we are not identified with the body in the dream, etc., yet we continue to exist. Because we can never experience our absence. Avasthatraya sakshissan panchakosha vilakshanaha. So this one example only I have given about the body, annamaya kosha. Similarly, we keep on working on each one of them systematically, steadily. Yo vijanati sakalam jagra sapna sushuptishu buddhi tadvrutti sadbhavam abhavam ahamityayam. Yo vijanati sakalam. He who knows everything of the waking, dream and deep sleep. The waker doesn't know the contents of the dream and the deep sleep. The dreamer doesn't know the contents of the waker in the waking and that of the deep sleep. But there is one reality, yo vijanati sakalam. He who knows all the contents of the waking dream and deep sleep, and buddhi tadvrutti sadbhava abhava, and the presence and absence of everything is recognized. This is the real aham. Not just simple, it's not difficult. Everything in this world is recognized in the form of is and is not. What is on my palm? Oh, there is a box on the palm. Now I take it out. Now there is no box. Meaning everything in this world is recognized by us in the form of is and is not. Do we fall in that category? Do we have the experience that I am not? If there is no possibility of the experience I am not, then what is the need to tell that I am? So, go beyond is and is not. And what is the whole samsara? Samsara is problem because of is and is not. Those who do not have children, they suffer. Those who have children, they super suffer. Those who do not have money, they suffer. Those who have money, they suffer. See, the day we recognize these simple facts of life, then we are walking the spiritual path. So, yo vijanati sakalam jagra sapna sushuptishu buddhi tadvrutti sadbhava abhavam. He who is illuminating both the presence and the absence. Now do a simple experiments. One person asked me this question, Swamiji, what spiritual practice you do? I said, I do experiments. Example, this example which I am telling you. How many fingers are here? 4. How do you say they are 4? Because finger has a shape. After that, there is the absence of the finger. Then second finger. Then again absence of the finger. So what you are seeing, not only the fingers, but you are also seeing the absence of the fingers between the two, is it not? Then who are you? Because we give undue importance to the forms, we miss the formless. देखो सुनो मत बोलो. Sounds सुनो. Forms देखो. मत बोलो. Go between the two. See friends. यो विजानाति सकलम जाग्रत स्वप्न सुषुप्तिषु बुद्धि तद्वृत्ति सद्भावम अभावम अहमित्ययम. So he who is supporting both the form and the formless, presence and the absence, and yet beyond the presence and absence is the ultimate truth. Therefore, I'll tell you something which may sound impossible. We speak about the Brahman, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, Paramatma, Brahmani, Satchidananda. This is a blasphemy. Sat is said just to negate the asat. Chit is said to negate the inertness. And Ananda is said to negate the miseries. Because we are lost in these three. And therefore, the language is the language of negation. Arupam, Avyayam, Anadi, Ananta, Avikari. Means negation, negation, negation. Because it cannot be spoken of like this or like that. So, yaha pashyati swayam sarvam Yam na pashyati kaschana yata yaschetayati buddhyadim natu yam chetayatyayam. Yaha pashyati swayam sarvam. Again come back to the eyes. Eyes are able to see all the colors and forms, but none and the color and form can see the eyes. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's technique, instead of worrying about the mind disturbed, frustrated, confused, instead of that, find out what is the mind. Manasam tukim, what is the mind? So, like the eyes can see everything else, they cannot see themselves in the same manner. Mind can know everything else. The moment you focus the mind on itself, the mind disappears. Naiva manasa. So, yaha pashyati swayam sarvam. He who is able to illuminate the world of experience, the experience of the world, and the experiencer, but these three put together cannot know the truth. Yaha pashyati swayam sarvam. Yam na pashyati kashan. But none of them can see. The rule is objects are illuminated by the subject, but the subject cannot be known by the object. Yaha chetayati buddhyadim nato yam chetayati yam. And in the light of this consciousness, everything becomes enlivened. These are so simple things, friends. It's not difficult, provided we recognize this. Now about the Chetayati, light. Now see, this is so simple, obvious, but it never strikes us because we are not contemplative in this light. What we are seeing is not the light. Light cannot be seen. What can be seen is only the reflected light. See, there is a light between the bulb and my face. But do we see that light? Then what we see? Same light, when it is falling on my face, it is reflected, then only reflected light is seen. What we call sunlight, it is actually daylight. It is not sunlight. Sunlight is a dark light. You can't see the sunlight. Exactly the same way. What is experience is only the reflected consciousness. And because of that, the body is inert. But when it is bathing in the light of consciousness, the body becomes enlivened. Otherwise, it is inert. This is such an important thing in our understanding. Then we will get rid of the notion that we are a soul per body. If we have to define a husband, how do we define? Husband is man reflected in the limitations of the mirror of wife and the reflection. These three things put together is called husband. Now, out of these three, what is the reality? If the wife goes away, what will happen to husband? Without the wife, he cannot be husband. And now the other way around. If the man dies, will the husband remain? So what is the reality? Man is the reality. Man reflected through the limitations of the wife is called a husband. The husband is not an independent entity. Man is independent entity. Now multiply this example. See? Mother. What is a mother? A woman. Association with the child is called as a mother. And who is miserable? Lady is not miserable. The mother is miserable. Show the mother separate from the lady, or show the husband separate from the man. And what sadhana husband will have to do to know that I am a man? Don't disturb. Doing meditation. I am a man, I am a man, I am a man. He will ask, क्या कर रहे हो? No, no, nothing. See, my friends, the one who is miserable doesn't exist. The one who is doing sadhana, he also doesn't exist. See, friends, all these things we don't have to go in any other place. Every day's experience. Friends, this is the only spiritual practice I do. Having studied everything, I don't have to read it again and again. But then it has to be applied in our life. Otherwise, it becomes mechanical. Like every day, get up, go to McDonald's. Arey, ये कोई life है? In the same manner, our spiritual practice becomes stale. Get up in the morning, then do the puja, then do this thing, and then there is no charm in life. It has to be navinya, something new, something fresh. Anything you repeat, you lose charm in that. Not only that, there cannot be any progress. See, for example, you are doing japa. Now, initially, we have to put mind. Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Vandanan Mrityor Mokshiyamamrutat Om Trambakam Yajamahe. You do it for a good number of times, slowly, slowly. It will be by hearted by you, and then it will become mechanical. Whenever our life becomes mechanical, it becomes charmless. Because in action, after some time, mind is not required. See? Initially, when a person learns the driving of a car with the shift, stick shift, he has to remember, oh, the engine is coughing, I have to change. But after he has become expert, then he will be shouting, fighting, singing, everything going on, taking the coke and everything, and yet it goes on. He doesn't have to think that I have to now apply a change in the gear. Exactly the same thing happens. Our life becomes mechanical, and whenever the life becomes mechanical, we lose charm in life. There is one Gujarati lady in Mumbai, this Pushti Margi. She came and said, Swamiji, I don't know to whom to ask. If I tell my people at home, they will kill me. So what happened? I am doing all our regular thing. Get up in the morning and then do the puja and do the japa and do the arti and all that. But I have no interest in that. I've been doing it for not a day or two, but for last 50, 60 years. Now, what is this I'm doing? No interest. If I say like this, everybody scolds me. See? Whenever you lose charm in your life, you have become mechanical. Every day, life must be full of charge, charm, cheer. Then life is lived. Otherwise, गम उठाने के लिए मैं तो जिए अरे मरो ना. We are not here to suffer. We are here to celebrate life. Why this happens? Because our life has become mechanical. So discover. Now, how you discover? One example. We every day go to sleep. Yes. Now, analyze your own process of sleep, going to sleep. First, what do we get in sleep? Nothing. You don't get anything. Second thing, what is the process of sleep? We discard all our achievements and failures in the world. We discard all our possessions and relations in the world. We discard everything, no priority, everything dropped. We come back to our house, drop the house, come in our room, drop the room, go below the quilt. When everything is rejected, 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 the one who rejected all these things, he also has to be rejected. So till such time, I want sleep, I want sleep, I want sleep. Sleep has not begun. When the I who wanted the sleep, when even I is dropped, the sleep begins. Don't demonstrate. The sleep begins. See, friends. So what is the last hurdle? Last hurdle is I and want. Be attentive. If the I has no want, you are divine. The supreme I, the absolute I, plus desire is the small I dot. See, friends, the small I are many. The capital I is one. Small I can be multiplied. They can be many. The capital I is only one. Every day you can observe this. There is a plural of second person and third person. Second person singular is thou, plural is you. Both continue to be second person. Third person he, she, it, singular. They, plural, but they continue to be third person. I, first person singular, plural, we. We include all the three persons. There is no plural of I. There is one I. This is what is said. Ya pashyati swayam sarvam, yam na pashyati kaschana, yat chetete buddhyadim. He who is eliminating the functionality of all the faculties, yam tu na cheteti yam. But none of them can ever touch this reality. येन विश्वमिदं व्याप्तं यन्न व्याप्नोति किंचन आभारूपमिदं सर्वं यम भान्तमनुभात्ययम्. This mantra also comes from the Kathopanishad, Mundakopanishad. Yena vishwamidam vyaptam, that by which everything is permeated. Friends, the spiritual life means changing our standpoint in life. We are obsessed with our standpoint. Whenever there is a fight between the two persons, you will see everybody is obsessed with his standpoint. He is unable to understand that there can be other standpoint also. We are obsessed. And because of that, the samsara begins. So, yena vishwamidam vyaptam. So, what the scriptures are studied for is to change our standpoint in life. What should be the standpoint? You know, the backdrop, imagine it's a big oil painting, huge one. And you go nearer to that painting, maybe 3 inches distance, and try to see the painting. Then, second, oh, I can't see properly, let me go away. Then you go 2 miles away. From there you try to see the painting. To be extremist is very easy. Either eat to eat, or observe fast. It's not difficult. Take all the 3 meals and yet have little quantity every time. That is very difficult. In the same manner, getting too much involved in the world is easy. Complete withdrawal from the world is easy. Remain in the world in a proper, balanced way is spiritual life. So, if we want to see the picture's beauty, what is required? Stand at a proper optimum distance. If we want to see the beauty of our life, stand at a proper optimum distance. Then look at the world. When we look at our children, we are looking from very close. When we are looking at other people's children, we are far away. And therefore, my child, Dudh ka dhula, other people, they don't have manners. The whole samsara begins because of this focal length. Therefore, yena vishwamidam vyaptam. In this world, there is nobody as good and bad. Everything is okay in its own place. Abharupamidam sarvam. And this is all only in the light of our conscious being. Yam bhantam anubhatya. And in this light only, everything is seen. That doesn't mean anything is good or bad. The rule is illuminator is not influenced by what is illumined. A simple rule. These lights, they are illuminating us. Whether it is a discourse or it is a disco, whether it is a living being or inert chairs, whether there are 100 or there are 10,000 or there is nobody, does it make any difference to the light? Exactly the same way. Whether it's a red color, eyes don't become red. It's a yellow color, eyes don't become yellow. If it is a lady, eyes don't become feminine. If it is a man, their eyes don't become masculine. If the man is old, eyes don't become old. If the child is young, the eyes don't become young. Rule, illuminator is not influenced by illumined. Are we not illuminating waking, dream, deep sleep, and samadhi? But what happens? We get involved unnecessarily. Play the role that you have to play perfectly. Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%. But how? Karnataka. The best example I can think is about Karnataka. In the earlier days, you may be knowing, ladies were not coming on the stage to perform in a drama. So the gents used to take the part of the ladies. And they will be dressing like that, walking and talking like that, everything was going on. But when they were playing the role of a woman on the stage, that time also they knew that they are a man. What sadhana they have to do? Exactly the same way. We all have to play different roles in life. Play your role perfectly well, but remember, we are a woman on the stage only. After you get down, you are no more a woman, you are a man. This changing our focal length according to the requirement of the time, place, and position, then ability is spiritual life or spiritual practice. येन विश्वमिदं व्याप्तं यन्न व्याप्नोति किंचन आभारूपमिदं सर्वं यम भान्तं अनुभात्ययम्. Is only in our light everything is appearing. If I is there, then my religion, my government, my children, my wife, my neighbor, my enemy. If I is not there, everything disappears. Yasya sannidhi matrena dehendriya manodhiyaha vishayeshu swakiyeshu vartante prerita iva. Yasya sannidhi matrena. Now here also, please try to catch this point. It's very important. Very deep, deep contemplation. You know, one day I was sitting like that, and at that time, this point I am telling you, it dawned as if coming like a mushroom from somewhere. In 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was glorifying Bhagwan Vishwarupa. You are so great, all those things. And one of the prayer is, O Lord, I salute you from the front, I salute you from the back, I salute you from the right, from the left, I salute you from all sides. This is the prayer. Now on this I was working. Working means thinking, what must be the happening that time? Bhagwan Vishwarup, infinite. And Arjuna says, I am saluting you from the front, understood. Then from the back. Is he going from the back? I salute you from the right. Again he's going to the right. What is the meaning? See, friends. Otherwise it becomes only mechanical like a tape recorder. Then it gave me a kind of a jolt. What could be the meaning of this mantra? And then I started working on it. And what I discovered is this. Outside there is a space. In the hall there is a space. So outside, inside is valid because undue importance is given to the walls. If the walls are pulled out, we are inside or outside. So what is the truth? The space is not in the hall. Hall is in the space. I'm taking you step by step. Second thing. External air. Internal air. If the internal external air connection is cut, is life possible? So the air is inside the body or the body is in the air. Whether the space is in the hall or hall is in the space. Think. Now, third step. Whatever we see, I see you. To whom I am seeing? Those who are included in my mind. Is it not? Those who are not included in my mind, I can't see them. So objects are outside, included in my mind. What I see, can you know? No, I only know. So it is the same mind which is including the objects of the world, and it is the same mind which is knowing the object inside the body. And therefore, from the body point of view, I am inside my body, you are outside. From the mind's point of view, the body is in the mind. And what exactly sleep is? The mind drops the body. As a result, individual mind dissolves in the total mind. When the walls are pulled, the space from the wall, from the hall, doesn't go out to merge with the total space. Think, my friends, then this becomes meaningful. Yasya sannidhi matrena Dehendriya manodhiyaha. It is, if there is no space, there cannot be any hall. If there is no air, there cannot be life. If there is no mind, there cannot be knowledge. See, friends, when we thus dive deep, then we come to know there is but one absolute truth, where the knower known knowledge, the experiencer, experience and experienced, Jagra, Sapna, Sushupti, all of them are null and void. There is but one absolute truth, and this is what we all experience in every deep sleep. The only problem is we are not recognizing our own experience. Now, when we are identified with the body, we have these three parameters: where I am, when I am, what I am. When we are in deep sleep, meaning what? The mind has dropped the body. So when the mind dropped the body, thereafter, where I am, space gone. When I am, time gone. What I am, body gone. But we continue to exist. The more we work on this, then one day by God's grace, it clicks that Mayi eva sakalam jatam, Mayi sarvam pratishtitam, Mayi sarvam layam yati tad brahmadvayam asmaham. Everything is born in me. Everything is sustained in me. The space says, all the four elements are born in me. They are sustained in me. And when they are destroyed, they go back to me. The gold says, all the ornaments are born in me. They are sustained in me. And when they dissolve, they go back to me. Therefore, Avyaktadini Bhutani Vyakta Madhyani Bharata Avyakta Nidananeva Tatra Ka Paridevana. Everything in this world is first unmanifest, becomes manifest, again goes to unmanifestation. Nothing is created, nothing is destroyed. This experience that you are having now, it is unlike any experience. You are seeing, you are hearing, but neither a seer or a hearer is born. And you will not be able to spell out what this experience is like. All our experiences fall in the purview of relativity. This experience is unlike any experience. This is what Bhagavan says, Ashcharyavat pashyati kashchidenam. This experience is Ashcharya. Ashcharya means beyond the scope of cause and effect. So many holes in the body, and yet the air doesn't leak out. Ashcharya. What is the reason that the body falls dead? Dead body is also in the air. Living body is also in the air. Then why the body is not alive although in the air? These kind of problems trouble me. See, work on this thing. Then we come to know that there are two pieces. One is iron, Second is a magnet. Iron doesn't have any magnetic field. The magnet has a magnetic field. The magnet does not get the magnetism from outside through injection. And whatever comes in the magnetic field, it is attracted. Exactly the same way. Living body is like a magnetic field around which the air is converted from the air into prana shakti. But this magnetism in the body, dead body, doesn't remain. Like if you take a magnet and hit it very strong few times on the floor, the magnetism completely destroyed. Exactly the same way. We are all electromagnetic bodies. Friends, the more you reflect in these lines, you will see, Yasya Sannidhi Matrena Dehendriya Manodhiyaha. The magnet doesn't go invite anybody. Please come, please come. No, the moment anything comes in its circle, it is pulled. Yasya Sannidhi Matrena Dehendriya Manodhiyaha. The body, the sense organs, mind, intellect, Vishayeshu Swakiyeshu Vartante Prerita Iva. They become activated and they get involved in the respective field as if somebody is pushing them into their field of activity. Ahankaradi dehanta vishayasya sukhadayaha vidyante ghatavadyena nityabodha swarupina. This truth that we are is ahankaradi dehanta vishaya sukhadaya. Right from the ahankara, I factor, up to all the worldly things, our body, etc., the objects and the experiences, joy, sorrows, etc., vidyante ghatavadyena. They are known objectively, like we know a pot as an object of knowledge, but we don't become the pot. Exactly the same way, the knower never becomes the known in the truth, and therefore knower known division obliterates. There is only experience without experiencer, knowledge without knower, joy without enjoyer. Vedyante Gatavadyena. He who illuminates everything but doesn't become a knower illuminator, Nitya Bodha Swarupina, is ever the same. Be attentive. The flower does not give fragrance. The flower has fragrance. Therefore, if you go to the flower and say, dear, thank you very much, you always give nice fragrance, the flower will be surprised. Excuse me, gentlemen, what is the fragrance? He doesn't give, he has. Sun doesn't give light, he is light. See, friends, there is no body. And therefore, whether the flower is on the Shivalinga or it is on a dead body, it makes no difference to the flower or to anybody. In the same manner, the experience where the experiencer is not involved, Nitya Bodha Sarupina. So, like the flower and its fragrance is not a burden for the flower. If it is a burden, then no, I must be put only on the God's idol, not on the dead body. No. Give yourself zero choice. Whatever comes, good experience comes and goes. So what does it matter? Meaning what? When the good experiences don't make us puff up, or the bad experiences don't make us collapse, then we are walking the spiritual path. In the second chapter, Bhagavan says, Sukha dukhe same krutva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yujjasva naivam papam avapsasi. Life has got three options. When you do something, either you win or you are defeated. If you win, you are a gainer. If you are defeated, you are a loser. If you gain, you are happy. If you lose, you are miserable. These are the three pairs: victory, defeat, gain, loss, joy, sorrows. Same krutva. Whatever may be happening outside in the world, importance is our equanimity should not be bargained for anything that is happening outside. Equanimity is the highest spiritual attainment by the mortals. And this equanimity can attain by practice. And what is the practice? Dekho suno mat bolo. We have this developed practice. About everything we have got a comment. About everything we have got a suggestion. About everything we have got to advise somebody. Because that is, we have developed it. Therefore, this is one of the most potent spiritual practice. देखो, सुनो, मत बोलो. Mind will slowly come to a state wherein its old habit. You know what is talking? Talking is like eczema to the mind. And wherever there is eczema, unless you do the khujli, you don't enjoy. And that khujli goes so deep, then it starts bleeding. Others getting disgusted. Come on, yeah, stop that. See, friends, no reactions, no comments, no nothing. Be like the sun. Whether it is a death procession going on, he doesn't cry. Whether it's a marriage procession going on, then also he doesn't cry. Both are same. Therefore, ahankaradidehanta vishayasya sukhadayaha vedyante ghatavadyena nityabodha sarupina eshontaratma purusha puranaha nirantara khanda sukhanubhuti sadaika rupa pratibodha matraha yeneshita vaga vasascharanti. So this is eshontaratma purusha puranaha. This is Purushayan expressing through the body without getting influenced by the limitation of the body, beyond the limitation of the time, is the essence, the substratum of everything, and Nirantara Akhanda Sukhanubhuti is unbroken blissful experience, ever the same Pratibodha Matraha, and therefore in every experience the truth is revealed, because of whom all our faculties become functional. Atraiva sattvatmanidhi guhayam avyakruta akashe uruprakashaha akashe uchchay ravivat prakashate swadejasa vishwamidam prakashayan. And this reality is not to be searched somewhere outside, but it is in our own being. See, now where is that reality? Atraiva sattvatmanidhi guhayam. Here, the location. When we go to somebody's house, we tell, hey, kindly send me location. Here is the location. You can see this location and start your GPS, but this journey is not in time and space. The journey is from the virtual to the actual reality. The journey is the one wherein you don't gain anything, but you lose everything. And the journey is the one where no time, no space, no efforts are involved. This spiritual journey is the ultimate, and what it is, we'll see in our tomorrow's class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.